Verizon Q2 2025 results, EBITDA and EPS growth, strong broadband expansion and market share gains. Verizon has made a significant announcement regarding its financial outlook, increasing its projections for adjusted EBITDA, adjusted earnings per share, EPS, and free cash flow following a robust performance in the second quarter of 2025. Key highlights from Q2 2025. The company achieved an impressive wireless service revenue of $20.9 billion, solidifying its position as an industry leader. Verizon successfully expanded its customer base, adding over 300,000 net new customers in both mobility and broadband sectors. There was a notable increase in gross additions of consumer postpaid phones, both compared to the previous quarter and year-over-year. The company continued to capture market share in broadband through its fixed wireless access and top-tier FiOS offerings. Verizon enhanced customer relationships by introducing innovative products and services, such as the Best Value Guarantee, My Plan, My Home, My Biz Plan, and a transformation in customer service. For the 35th time, J.D. Power recognized Verizon for having the best wireless network quality, while RootMetrics awarded it as the fastest and most reliable 5G network in the nation. A strong financial performance. In New York, Verizon Communications Inc, NYSE, NASDAQ, VZ, which serves the largest number of mobility and broadband customers in the U.S., reported impressive financial results and customer growth for the second quarter of 2025. The company's diverse portfolio in wireless and broadband, designed to cater to all market segments, along with its varied revenue streams, continues to fuel its financial success. In the second quarter, Verizon implemented strategic initiatives to attract and retain customers, including a 3-year price lock and a free phone guarantee, alongside the launch of AI-driven innovations aimed at personalizing customer service and enhancing the overall customer experience. As Verizon moves into the latter half of the year, it remains committed to its 3 main objectives: increasing wireless service revenue, expanding adjusted EBITDA, and generating strong free cash flow. The impressive financial results from the second quarter reflect our high-quality, industry-leading customer base, our multiple avenues for growth, the effectiveness of our disciplined, segmented strategy, and the inherent strength of our organization, stated Hans Vestberg, Chairman and CEO of Verizon. Our award-winning network, combined with our financial robustness, allows us to continuously innovate and improve our products and services, enhancing how people live, work, and play. With this momentum and a clear direction ahead, we are raising our full-year guidance for adjusted EBITDA, adjusted EPS, and free cash flow as we progress into the second half of the year and work towards finalizing the Frontier acquisition. Financial performance overview. In Q2 2025, Verizon reported an EPS of $1.18, up from $1.09 in Q2 2024, with an adjusted EPS of $1.22, excluding special items, compared to $1.15 in the same quarter last year. The total operating revenue reached $34.5 billion, marking a 5.2% increase year-over-year. Cash flow from operations amounted to $16.8 billion in the first half of 2025, slightly up from $16.6 billion in the first half of 2024. Free cash flow was reported at $8.8 billion for the first half of 2025, an increase from $8.5 billion in the previous year. Consolidated net income for Q2 2025 was $5.1 billion, compared to $4.7 billion in Q2 2024, while consolidated adjusted EBITDA was $12.8 billion, up from $12.3 billion in the same quarter last year. The wireless service revenue in Q2 2025 was an industry-leading $20.9 billion, reflecting a 2.2% year-over-year growth. Wireless equipment revenue surged to $6.3 billion, a remarkable 25.2% increase compared to the previous year. As of the end of Q2 2025, Verizon's total unsecured debt stood at $119.4 billion, a slight increase from $117.3 billion at the end of Q1 2025 and a decrease from $125.3 billion at the end of Q2 2024. The net unsecured debt was $116.0 billion, with a ratio of unsecured debt to consolidated net income of 6.4 times and a net unsecured debt to consolidated adjusted EBITDA ratio of 2.3 times. Broadband market expansion. Verizon has continued to gain market share in the broadband sector by providing customers with unmatched choices and flexibility. The company added 293,000 broadband net customers in Q2 2025. Fixed wireless access saw net additions of 278,000, bringing the total to over 5.1 million subscribers, with a target of reaching 8 to 9 million by 2028. Total broadband connections exceeded 12.9 million by the end of Q2 2025, representing a 12.2% year-over-year increase. Verizon is also expanding its FiOS service area and is on track to achieve 650,000 new passings in 2025. Consumer segment growth. The engagement of customers with Verizon's offerings led to a 6.9% year-over-year increase in consumer revenue, which reached $26.6 billion in Q2 2025. Consumer wireless service revenue was $17.4 billion, reflecting a 2.3% increase from the previous year. The retail postpaid churn rate for consumer wireless was 1.12%, with a postpaid phone churn of 0.9%. The average revenue per account, ARPA, for consumer wireless postpaid was $147.50, up 2.3% year-over-year. In Q2 2025, consumer reported a net loss of 51,000 wireless retail postpaid phones, a significant improvement from a loss of 109,000 in Q2 2024. The segment also saw 50,000 net additions in wireless retail core prepaid customers, compared to a loss of 12,000 in the previous year. Operating income for the consumer segment was $7.6 billion, a slight increase of 0.5% year-over-year, with an operating income margin of 28.7%, down from 30.5% in Q2 2024. The segment's EBITDA was $11.2 billion, up 2.1% year-over-year, with an EBITDA margin of 42.1%, compared to 44.1% in the previous year. Verizon business performance. The business segment demonstrated strong execution, resulting in a 27.6% year-over-year increase in operating income. Total revenue for Verizon Business was $7.3 billion in Q2 2025, a slight decline of 0.3% year-over-year. Business wireless service revenue reached $3.6 billion, marking a 1.6% increase from the previous year. The business segment reported 65,000 net additions in wireless retail postpaid, including 42,000 postpaid phone net additions. The retail postpaid churn for business was 1.61%, with a postpaid phone churn of 1.26%. Operating income for Verizon Business was $638 million, reflecting a 27.6% increase year-over-year, resulting in an operating income margin of 8.8%, up from 6.8% in Q2 2024. The segment's EBITDA was $1.7 billion, a 5.8% increase year-over-year, with an EBITDA margin of 22.9%, up from 21.6% in the previous year. Future outlook and guidance. Verizon is confident in its updated guidance for the full year, driven by strong operational performance in the first half of 2025 and favorable tax reforms. The company anticipates adjusted EBITDA growth of 2.5% to 3.5%. Adjusted EPS growth is expected to be between 1% and 3%. Cash flow from operations is projected to be between $37.0 billion and $39.0 billion. Free cash flow is expected to range from $19.5 billion to $20.5 billion. Additionally, Verizon expects total wireless service revenue growth of 2.0% to 2.8% and capital expenditures between $17.5 billion and $18.5 billion for 2025. Final thoughts. Verizon's financial guidance for 2025 does not include any assumptions regarding the pending acquisition of Frontier. Verizon Communications Inc. NYSE, NASDAQ, DZ, is dedicated to enhancing the lives of its millions of customers by providing mobility, reliable network connectivity, and security.